Hello and welcome back, my beautiful friend. Today's video was a request. Many of you asked me to share how I accomplished the look I wear in a lot of my videos. I wear a lot of curls, loose bouncy curls, so I wanted to open myself up more to you and share how I accomplished the look. And if you haven't noticed already, we are filming in my closet. Excuse all the nonsense that you may see all around me. I didn't want to blur any of it simply because I wanted you to feel like you're right here with me, which you are. Please remember that beauty is not my main niche. I have 3 other genres that I make videos in because I focus on improving everyday life. So that includes not only beauty, but self-growth and our relationships and our career and money-making skills. So for that reason, I'm not the absolute best beauty kind of person, but this is just me and I wanted to share what I do. So I hope that you will find this video useful and learn a couple of new things, hopefully. If you have any more video ideas for me, please feel free to leave them in a comment below or on any of my social media outlets. You know, I pretty much live on Facebook and Instagram, so you can find me there. The links are below. The first thing that I do, you know, you see a lot of folks using heat protective sprays. I do that as well, but that's not the first thing that I start with. I essentially add a double layer of protection. So after I wash my hair and I put my essential oils and all that stuff in it, the last thing that I put in is this. I hope you can see it. This is basically the last step when my hair is still a little bit wet. And after it starts drying out, I let it air dry a lot. Then I basically brush it and then it ends up like this. That's the first step. Then what I do right before I use a hot tool is I use a heat protective spray, of course. Now, I have to tell you a quick story about this brand. This is not a sponsored video, by the way. I went through a period of hormonal imbalances, and I talked about it in one of my January videos, and my body was essentially thinking that it was entering early onset menopause. So part of the side effects was hair loss. So I started losing a lot of hair and I was actually growing a couple of bald spots on each side right here. So I was freaking out. I didn't know what to do. I went to Planet Beauty and I was recommended different products from this brand, which I've used and I'm completely obsessed with. From what I understand, they use this brand in hospitals for folks that have lost their hair as a result of chemotherapy. So it was a very powerful incentive to try it, and I have tried this brand and I'm absolutely and utterly obsessed with it. Again, this is not sponsored, so this is just my opinion from what I found. So I will start with this, and I typically like to spray it everywhere. Make sure that it gets in there and you feel most, if not all, of your hair strands getting moist. Don't forget the top either a little bit too. I see a lot of folks just kind of focusing on their ends, but we're gonna go with the curling iron up to here, so you don't want to forget that area. I bet you don't see those YouTube professionals doing that, huh? So the next step that I'm going to do is I'm going to section my hair, and I always like to start with the bottom part. So, okay, so I'm just kind of gonna go like this. My hair tangles very, very easily, so, okay. So now I just have the bottom, right? What I do is that I section it in halves, see, kind of like this. And then I take one half and I separated it in 2 or 3 different sections. You don't want to have too big of a section because then it will be really hard to get the curl in to begin with. So I think this is gonna be good. I always like to brush. Oops, sorry if I messed up with my microphone. I always like to brush before I curl just to make sure that there are no knots in the hair. And then I'm using a Hot Tools 1-inch curling iron. Now, one of the things that a lot of beauty professionals do is that they kind of wrap it around this barrel and then they close it, and they somehow don't manage to get the little wrinkles in the hair. I was never able to do that. So for that reason, I just kind of wrap it around like this. But you can also test it out, see if the heat comes through the hair. If it does, then by all means, you gotta let it go. because you don't want to burn your hair. By the way, I keep the temperature on this at 350. I learned somewhere that 430 is where hair starts burning. So unless you have extremely coarse hair, you do not want to go high to that temperature. Might as well have smaller little segments of hair so you don't risk burning it. Now, the secret to holding a curl is allowing for the hair to cool off in that curled position. So I don't just let the curl go. What I do is I pick it up, and then using any one of these kind of clips, I basically, even bobby pins too, you can just kind of bobby pin it at the top. My hair is really heavy, so typically I have to use 2 of them. And I've been meaning to buy longer ones, but I haven't gotten around to it. Now we're going to grab this other section, and I'm going to explain what I meant by the neat hair. Sometimes, let me come a little closer, you see people just kind of doing this and then wrapping this around the barrel like that. I don't like that, and that doesn't work for me because I have just, I don't know, like my hair just does not like that. So I make sure that it's really nice and neat. See, that's what I meant by that. And then as nice and neat like this, I wrap it around. You see that? Okay, so I let it go, just like that, and then I kind of roll it up and pin it. Okay, now the other side. Always curl away from your face. Okay, now we're going to let go of some more hair. And we're going to repeat the process. This video is probably going to be a mess. So now what I do is that I take a little bit from behind and then I curl it as if you would brush it. You know what I mean? Like with a round brush. You'll see that I'm only doing this with the back 2 sections of the hair, because then it's got like this, I don't know, for me and my hair, it sets really weird if I do the front like that too. Like it looks like granny old lady poof for my hair. So when it comes down to the front pieces, I essentially do the same thing that you've seen me do so far. I kind of split down the middle and then I just curl away from my face. And this, I'm going to try to typically pin it up like this, you know, fluffed up a little bit to work toward gaining some of the volume. And we're done curling. Woo! So what I do is I typically will check my emails, walk around, do some stuff with my hair like this for about 15 to 20 minutes, allowing it to cool off in this curled position. A lot of people would like to put hairspray on it while it's like this. I typically don't, just because I don't like really crunchy curls, but if that's your thing, then by all means you can spray some right now. If not, you can do it afterwards like I will show you. So I will see you back in like 15 minutes. So this is the aftermath. Of course, we don't want to go out of the house like that. You see a lot of bloggers brushing afterwards. I actually don't like to brush it just because I feel like my hair already doesn't really hold curl as is. So what I'll do is that I'll split it with my fingertips. But first, I want to give it a little bit of volume, especially because I haven't gotten layers cut in a really long time. My shortest layer is literally this. Like ridiculous. I have no layers. I can't wait to go back in. But for that reason, my hair is extremely flat. So one of the things that I use consistently is this Big Hair Don't Care Major Volume Hair Powder from Leila Milani. I love this brand, but I'm out. Oh, so I got this in a beauty bag a little while back, and it's pretty much just as good. I kind of part my hair, a part that's more exaggerated than where, you know, your normal part is. And then you don't have to apply a lot. Just a little bit, and you can see it. It feels, can you see it? It feels really cooling. And you just kind of rub it in a little bit like that. Make sure that it's not gonna show any white. Okay, and I just keep repeating. So now we have more volume at the roots, and I'm going to tease it in a little bit. And like I mentioned, I like to just kind of go in and kind of break my curls with my fingertips though. And then what I like to do at the end is I like to tease a little bit the crown of my head. So I just pick like the top portion part. You don't want to do too much, and you don't want to do it too fast, because otherwise you're going to start having knots. Okay, and then I like to do just a little bit on the sides. And then, and then I go out like this. Okay, so then I just kind of flip my hair over and run my hands through my scalp. Kind of rub my scalp, make sure that none of the white powder shows, making sure that all the teasing is kind of set, and give it like one last run down with my hands. And then what I like to do is that I like to go with the finishing spray. I just tried this from Rusk. It's called Being Sexy. I loved the pink bottle. One of the things that I do first is that I do the same thing. I bend over, and then I spray. It does smell good though, I have to give it that. And then I spray again. Basically, this is how I get the curls that you see me wearing very often. I apologize if there are issues with this video. This is the first time I do a video like this, so it is a learning curve for me as well. But I promise I will work on it and get better. So next time I do a video like this, it will be better. Next week, I will be talking about career and money, and I'm very excited. I think you'll like the topic. Follow me on Insta and Facebook. Let's connect on social media and talk more than once a week when I come out with a video. And that is it. Thank you so much for watching. I love you for being here. I look forward to seeing you next week, and I wish you good luck and lots of success with everything that you do today and every day. Bye.